Hey y'all, today I'm making 3 must-have side dishes for the 4th of July. And I'm going to start with number 3 and work my way up to number 1. Make sure that y'all stick around because you're going to want to know how to make these. We're going to start with deviled eggs, and some people call them stuffed eggs. Now, a little secret that I found out is you take your boiling water and you add vinegar. I'm going to add a good cup of that. And it kind of helps them. It's not 100% effective, but it definitely kind of helps with taking the shell off. I absolutely hate when I'm trying to peel one of these and everything sticks to them. So I'm going to gently put these in here. And we're going to be boiling these. I want them hard boiled. So we'll boil them for 10 minutes. Then after we boil them for 10 minutes, we're going to put them in an ice bath, and we'll let them sit. So now while they're going, I'm going to start with number 2. Now we're going to start with number 2. And I'm not going to tell you what it is right this minute. So I'm going to ask y'all to guess. Do you think you know what it's going to be? We're going to chop up this bacon real quick. And then we're going to put it in a skillet and we're going to fry this up. Alright, now while that bacon's frying, I'm going to chop up this onion. Have y'all guessed what it's going to be yet? Now I love Vidalia onions. I love onions, but Vidalia is like the cream of the crop. This little church group that, they're so sweet, so sweet. They get with me every year, and they'll ask me how many I want. And they actually go to Vidalia, Georgia, and they get these. So I always try to get plenty, and I put them up, and I savor these and use them as long as I can. And when I run out, I'm actually very sad, because there ain't nothing like a Vidalia onion. My mom used to say that she could actually eat these like an apple. And I never understood it till I actually got a hold of a real Vidalia onion. Not the kind that you get at the grocery store, but the kind that you get from Vidalia, Georgia. There's such a big difference in them. It's actually amazing. If you ever get a chance, and you can only get them a certain time of year. I went by Vidalia, Georgia once, and they said it just wasn't the time of year and they didn't have any. I was amazed because I really thought that's just what they had all the time. But they definitely have to be in season. Now we're going to put this in with the bacon. Now just so you know, even though you don't know what I'm making yet, that was about a little over half a pound of bacon chopped, and that was one nice large Vidalia onion. And you can use any kind of onion you want. If I don't have Vidalias, I just like to use the regular yellow onions. So I'm going to let this cook, but I'm not going to make it like crispy. I just want to render that bacon fat down so that it's not tasting raw. Alright, we're ready to put our eggs down in the egg bath. In the ice bath. Sorry about that. Tell where my mind is. The easiest way to remember this is you cook the eggs for 10 minutes. Make sure the water's already boiling when you put them in. And then when you pull them out, you put them in this ice bath for 10 minutes. Now, if you're doing this, like I'm making this for the 4th of July, it's not the 4th of July yet. So I'm going to be making more, and when I do that, after the ice bath, I'm just going to put them down in the refrigerator, and I'm going to let them sit until 4th of July morning, and then I'll pull them out, peel them, and fix them up. Now we're going to let these sit for another 10 minutes. Now in the meantime, we're going to work on our second meal. Okay, I don't know if you've figured out what it is yet, but we're going to start here with 1 cup of brown sugar. You can measure it out, or you can just kind of feel it. I've been doing this for probably 40 years now. And then ketchup. Another cup. Now you see this? The onions and the bacon. They're not completely crispy, okay? But you can tell that they're nice and cooked. And when taken, I'm just going to spread that around. Have you figured out what number 2 is yet? If you do, leave a comment. Now we're going to get back to number 1. Now we're back with the eggs. We're going to see how these turned out. Like I said, the vinegar's not foolproof, but it helps so much. I've got a hold of eggs that the only thing I ended up with was the yolk. Everything peeled so bad. And I've heard a million different ways of doing it. And I've tried a million different ways. This one's not pretty. But it didn't lose too much. You make sure you put it on a towel that doesn't leave lint on your eggs, or put it on a paper towel. That one's so much better. Let's do another one. Now I'm going to finish these up, and we'll be right back. Alright, I have already cut the eggs. Now we're going to just pull them out, put them in a bowl. Make sure that you cut them long ways. See, long ways and not sideways. My first time to do this, I actually did sideways. And I couldn't figure out why they wouldn't lay down. They just kept rolling over. But I've learned a little bit since then. Maybe not a lot, but some. I don't put a lot of stuff in mine. You can put pickles in yours. You can put dill. You can use mustard. There's all kinds of stuff that you can make. Mine is very, very simple and very easy. And it's the one that everybody around here seems to love, so why fix something that's not broke? And the eggs is not broke, although that one was. Have y'all figured out what number 2 is? And are you curious about what number 1 is? Keep sticking around, because we're just about to get to number 2. Now, I use Miracle Whip, period. I don't guess it really matters what brand you get, but I don't like mayonnaise in mine. I want that sweet taste of Miracle Whip. And so that's what I use. And I just put that in there and I start mashing this up. Now that it's all incorporated, that's it. Miracle Whip and the inside of an egg. The eggs were cooked for 10 minutes, boiling water with a cup of vinegar. Not all of them come out perfect, but they came out, see, they came out pretty good. And then you put them in an ice bath for 10 minutes. Then you peel them. Then you mix up the insides with as much Miracle Whip as you want. I'm not even going to tell you how much. I just like this consistency. If you like them dry, if you like them wetter, that's your choice. And when I'm done with these, I'm going to add some paprika on top just to help make them pretty. Once I actually made a mistake and added cayenne pepper. Wasn't paying attention at all. I thought they were pretty good, but some people in the family just couldn't handle that heat. So if you're doing it for yourself and you like the heat, use the cayenne. Otherwise, stick to the paprika. Just about done. I will say I'm not much on plating. One of these days maybe I'll learn how to make something look as pretty as it tastes. But until then, I'm just going to stick with making the food taste good. Last one here. That one came apart, but it's no big deal because you can put it back together. Now, add some paprika. And yes, that's paprika. See? Ouch. There you go. That's number 3 of 3 must-have side dishes for the 4th of July. Now we're going to be moving on to number 2. Well, did y'all figure out what number 2 was? Now you see that I put ketchup, a cup, a brown sugar, a cup, and then I cooked 1 large onion. I did Vidalia. And I did a little bit more than a ½ pound of bacon. And you saw how I cooked that up? Well, now, yeah, this is semi-homemade because I don't feel like making my pork and beans. You can if you want to. I prefer a can. And we're going to add 1 gallon of pork and beans. And this actually makes baked beans. That is the next staple. I'm going to take and mix this up. We get it all incorporated, and then you're going to put aluminum foil over this, and then you're going to put it in the oven and cook it on 350 for about an hour, maybe hour 15 minutes. And I'll show you what it looks like then. There you go, the finished product. Now let's move on to the number 1 side dish. And here we are with number 1 side dish for the 4th of July. Potatoes? Make potato salad. I've already boiled them. I've already let them cool off. If you need to know exactly how to do that, just comment and I'll tell you. It's got to be fork tender. We're fixing to peel these, and I'll show you what to put in them. I like to use a russet potato. Now, when you peel these, you just take and cut them after. You cannot do this when these are hot. That's why you need to let them cool off. Otherwise, you're going to have mushy potatoes. And you don't want mushy. You want them to actually be diced. See this? That's what you're looking for. Now I'm going to finish peeling all of these and cutting them up. I won't put you through the torture of watching, and then we'll come right back. Now we got it all chopped up. As you saw earlier, I actually did some boiled eggs, and I saved some. And I'm going to chop up a couple and put them in here. There's a lot of different types of potato salad. This one's just an old Southern recipe. Very, very simple. Now with that, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt. About a half a teaspoon of pepper. And my kids and grandkids will not eat raw onions. And I like onions, so I'm putting onion powder in there. So I'm going to say 2 good teaspoons of onion powder to give it the onion flavor. Otherwise, just chop you up about a half an onion and put it in there. And we're going to do some dill relish. Half a cup more to do it. We're going to take a squeeze of mustard. And the only reason I'm doing that is actually for color. And then once again, I use Miracle Whip, not mayonnaise. And start stirring. Add more. I like mine wet. And when I say wet, I mean I like a lot of salad dressing in it, so that it's not really dry tasting. You get all that incorporated, and I'll show you the finished product in just a minute. And there it is, the finished product with paprika on it. So, the 3 must-have side dishes for the 4th of July start with number 1, potato salad. Number 2, baked beans. And number 3, stuffed deviled eggs. Now I'm going to be making a brisket for the 4th. I'm also going to be making some desserts. So y'all keep checking back with me, and we're going to have a fantastic feast. Like me, subscribe, comment, talk to me. Talk to you later.